Welcome to the Wisconsin Farm Technology Days. It's taking place just outside of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And to my Nebraska beef producers and my Nebraska consumers out there, we love our Nebraska beef. But I'm sorry, you cannot have prime rib out of Nebraska without horseradish. And that is what we are talking about. If you have never seen horseradish going, this is what it looks like behind me. And we're going to find out more details. Tell us a little bit about yourself and growing horseradish.
Sure. Thanks for coming out to Farm Technology Days. My name is Eric Grigg. I'm the president and owner of Huntsinger Farms and Silver Spring Foods. We are the world's largest grower and processor of horseradish. And Farm Technology Days is on one of our fields. It's a 270-acre field. And where we are now is in Tent City. It's about 80 acres of tents. And we're expecting the big crowds today because it's a beautiful day.
Let's talk about growing horseradish. What is the process?
It's very labor intensive. So I'm a fourth generation horseradish farmer. My great grandfather started the company in 1929, and it's labor intensive. So we grow the horseradish as you see behind us, and what we're interested in is this big, hardy, tough root underneath the ground. And the plant actually, the defense mechanism is it's not hot when you put it in your mouth, but as soon as you start chewing it, it will release the heat. We call it the Zing Factor. And we've actually created a new heat index for horseradish called the Zing Factor, which we're debuting today.
Let's talk about that Zing Factor, because there is nothing better than the taste that it leaves in your mouth after you've consumed it.
Yeah, it's very different than like a pepper heat. That's capsaicin, and what that does is it kind of stays in your mouth and the heat builds over time. Horseradish is called allyl isothiocyanate, is the compound that makes horseradish hot. And it goes up into your nose and it kind of makes your eyes water. So if you ever find yourself in a horseradish eating competition, one trick for you: breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and you can take away a little bit of that zing.
Do they have horseradish eating contests?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm just saying that if you ever find yourself in that situation, you got a little bit of a tip for me.
What do you like about this family operation and growing horseradish?
I would say it's probably just the labor of love. It is. There's a lot of people don't know what even a horseradish plant looks like and all the things that go into it. So we're really excited to be able to showcase some of the things that we do and some of the things that our farmers have been doing for multi-years. And the compound, the horseradish itself as a condiment is so versatile. I mean, it is absolutely the best complement to beef. I mean, the two are made together. So for all your beef producers out there, be sure to get some fresh horseradish on there to try it with the beef. But you can put it with applesauce, you can make your own sauces, you can put it with cranberry sauce, which we do as a family, and try it in a whole variety of different things. And actually behind me, we are sampling Bloody Marys. You can put a little bit of horseradish into a Bloody Mary and give it a little bit of that zing factor.
Talk about the growing process as we look at what's growing behind us. At what stage of development are we at?
So typically we'll harvest the root, we'll take the seed sets off the root itself, and we'll come back out in the field and plant it. About 12 months to 18 months later, the product is ready to harvest, and we'll cut the tops off. We'll bring our big horseradish harvester through the ground, and we'll dig the roots up, and then we'll bring it back into cold storage. One important thing to know about horseradish, you have to keep it cold to keep it hot. So we actually refrigerate it the entire process. Comes into cold storage, we clean it up, process it, grind it, and bottle it with a little bit of vinegar and salt, and then we sell it through the horseradish or the cold channel. So it's in the refrigerated section of your grocery store.
So when you talk about it being a labor of love, it truly is, because this isn't a crop that you plant in the spring and harvest in the fall.
No, we actually, so it's 12 months. So if we harvest in the spring, we will plant simultaneously. That next spring we will be able to harvest that crop that we planted.
What suggestions do you have for somebody who's going to buy horseradish? Maybe they're going to buy it fresh and grind it themselves.
So horseradish is not like wine. It doesn't get better with age. So it's the hottest the day we grind it, and every day after that it loses a little bit of its heat. Make sure you keep it refrigerated. But I like to say use it quickly. So again, there's a lot of different ways to use the horseradish product. Most people will buy it for their one occasion during the holiday and then put it in their fridge and forget about it. What we're trying to do is say, mix it in a sauce, try it with the chicken, try it with some fish. Use it before it loses some of that pungency, some of that zing factor over time.
Well, it definitely has a diversity beyond just the beef that everybody's used to at the prime rib.
That's right. One of the more common uses is to make cocktail sauce for shrimp cocktail, or mix it with mashed potatoes. It's really good. It's a complement also to the prime rib and the roast beef. So,
Wisconsin weather, is that great for growing horseradish?
Actually, it is. So in the more southern regions, where it's a little bit warmer and more sunshine, a lot of the energy is going into growing these big, beautiful green leaves. What we're interested in is that hardy, tough root under the soil. So it kind of likes those cold winters up here that we have on this 45th parallel. So we like to say that it bulks up for the winter here in Wisconsin.
What about the leaves? Is there diversity use of them, or is it something that just gets recomposted into the ground?
At the moment, we're just cutting them off, raking them to the side, and then they get plowed back under for organic material. But using the leaves for a food product might be something we can develop in the future.
Wonderful. How do folks find your product again?
The best way to find it is in the refrigerated section of their local supermarket, or they can go to silverspringfoods.com.
All right, something interesting, something different. Now think about using that horseradish that's in your fridge for so many different products, and we'll talk more about it. I'm Susan Littlefield. We are at Wisconsin Farm Technology Days on the Rural Radio Network.